This is LA's first.
Live from Los Angeles, welcome to the Dr. Erin Show. We're all about manifestation, transformation, and breakthroughs. It's time to claim your birthright of prosperity, vitality, and love. So grab your tea or coffee because together, we're awakening the world. May you live your truth. Live from Los Angeles, we come together each day to know the truth, live on spiritual principle, and align with universal law. We also come together in community and Soulciety and New Thought Global. We truly believe that when somebody awakens, they have a gift and message to bring to the world, and together, we're awakening the world. So today we are on universal law of reciprocity. We are on a series of 52, a year-long series of universal law. And today is 14 of 52. It is universal law of reciprocity. And this is exciting because I love universal law. I find that over the course of 25 years of seeking truth, and there's so much truth, you can find it everywhere if you open your eyes. But when I discovered universal law and began to break it on down, my entire world changed because it had all the answers. It was like the greatest master. I truly believe that the universe is our greatest teacher. And all you have to do is open your eyes. And it's telling us everything. It wants to teach us everything. It wants to give us everything. So we have to first define what is universal law. Universal law is the axioms of how life works, how you're manifesting, how you're demonstrating. It's the physics backing of energy. It's how consciousness creates and directs energy upon universal mind, upon your subconscious mind, upon the divine mind, and reflects back with perfection, with precision. So today is universal law of reciprocity. Florence Scovel Shinn said, "The game of life is a game of boomerangs. Our thoughts, deeds, and words return to us sooner or later with astounding accuracy." So I remember years back, as I always say, I was in a dysfunctional relationship. I've been a few in my life, but years back I was in kind of my last horrific, a very dysfunctional relationship with an addict, pretty famous musician. And God bless him. I do have love for him, and I realize how I was 100% responsible because he was the outpicture of what was going on within my soul. And so I remember I had a mentor at the time that came to me through the universe, which was a total blessing. He was a great metaphysician, and he was really the greatest metaphysician I'd met on relationships. And at the same time, I had manifested a very dysfunctional relationship. So the point is when you are ready to become a master of a spiritual teacher, be careful because you're probably going to go through some great lessons so that you can have compassion for people out there and that you can understand the experience of it so that you can become the teacher of it. So be careful what you ask for. That's the point, right? So here I was in this very dysfunctional relationship with somebody who I loved deeply, but it was like an addiction because I loved him it was like he was my heroine, right? He was somebody that was the perfect blessing for my life to wake me the freak up. So here I was in this horrific relationship, and I had this mentor, dear friend of mine that was a walking angel on this earth, and he would begin to teach me about how true love is really we love without bounds, we love without expectations, we love infinitely, and we can't have attachment of where it comes back from because that's really what the universe is teaching us, that we give out what we truly desire to seek to experience, but it doesn't always come back from that same source. So if you love somebody, it doesn't mean that it's going to come back from that person, right? So here I was thinking, how am I supposed to love this guy that is, cheating on me, falling out of communication, being sober, I'm taking care of him for months, and then he falls out and then does horrific things. How am I supposed to love him? How am I supposed to not hate him or make him wrong or yell at him or whatever, right? The insane woman that I turned into in that process. And the concept of the law of reciprocity is what we give out has to be returned infinitely, abundantly, but not necessarily from that source. As like whoa, this is a very advanced spiritual practice, okay? So the law of reciprocity is basically the universal, it reads like this, which is what I wrote on it. The universe is a quantum field where everything is connected. There is a mutual dependence, action, and exchange between you and the universe. You get what you give, and you reap what you sow. Whatever you send to the cosmos, whether it's good or bad, must be returned. This is the law of mutual exchange. Therefore, every action has an equal and opposite reaction. Life is like a game of boomerang. Whatever you give to life is returned to you and multiplied abundantly. Okay, so here I was in the midst of this, and I was thinking, there's just no way I'm not going to be able to love this person, without expectations of it coming back from this one person. And I am not, or this law is not saying that you should love somebody or something and stay in something that is in harm's way, that is dysfunctional. In fact, we preach the total opposite. The answer is to love this person, but if we can't stay in peace with them in our environment, then we need to love them unconditionally from afar. So what happened as I began to go deeper and deeper into the dysfunction of the relationship, there was no out. I could not stay in that relationship and love him the way that I wanted to embody love in my life. And so I had to release him to the universe. And in that healing process, one of the key factors for me to heal from that pain, from, the lie of it, was realizing that I did still love him. And I love him today, and I'll always love him. And I would not be with him or anyone that was dysfunctional because I didn't want to embody that anymore. I had mastered that masterclass on this planet. So the job, if you will, to align with the universal law of reciprocity is to love unconditionally and exponentially and completely be expressed in your love, but knowing that it doesn't have to be to a particular person or a particular way. So today I practice loving him. I love him. He does come into my consciousness at times. It's been many, many years, but he comes into my consciousness, and whenever he does, I love him. I send him love. I send him total love. But meanwhile, I practice expressing love. I practice loving every single person I come in contact with. And if I can't love them, one of the greatest things that my teacher and my mentor also taught me that at this point in time was that if I can't hold him as his divinity, as the perfection that he is, and hold him lovingly, then I'm actually doing him harm. And I'm actually the one out of spiritual ethics. And I remember being like, what? How am I wrong when he's the one who did X, Y, and Z? He's the one who lied. He's the one who cheated you. Oh my gosh, I'm the victim. He's the predator, and I got to the place where I realized, oh, no. If you can't hold somebody in the light, if you can't hold them in a loving space in your mind and your consciousness, you are actually the one doing the harm. What? That's a big wake-up call, right? So our job in the law of reciprocity is to love, is to give love out and not control it, not outline it of where it's coming back, right? The same with money. If you're using this law for money or for prosperity, for abundance, the job is, and your job is to be prosperity, to be money, to be that aspect, to be embody that consciousness, right? So if you want more money, you have to give value everywhere you go. You have to give it exponentially. Help others get money. Help them claim their birthright of prosperity. Help them understand the concept of the law of abundance, right? So if you want to get energy, more energy upon this life, right? We want more health. We want more vitality. We have to give energy. Give energy to the body. Give energy through the food that we eat. Give energy through the vibration of what we're energizing our mind with and our body with, right? So the law of reciprocity is really, it's a game of boomerangs. So if you help others and you give energy and you give love and you give value, the law of reciprocity has to have you receive it. That is the law. And that's where living in faith and claiming and receiving, being able to receive it, right? So again, the law of reciprocity. The universe is a quantum field where everything is connected. There is a mutual dependence, action, and exchange between you and the universe. You get what you give, and you reap what you sow. Whatever you send to the cosmos, whether good or bad, must be returned. This is a law of mutual exchange. Therefore, every action has the equal and opposite reaction. Life is like playing a game of boomerang. Whatever you give to life is returned to you multiplied abundantly. So here I was in this dysfunctional relationship, giving chaos back. I was like a mirror. Okay. I was a mirror to him. I was acting the opposite. When he would do X, Y, and Z, when he would lie, when he would cheat, when he would fall off the wagon, I would turn into a bitch. I would send awful texts. I would yell at him. I would get upset. I would, complain to all my friends. I would do all those dysfunctional insanity things, okay? So I was doing the opposite of what the law teaches us. The law teaches us, be that which you want to embody. If you want an amazing relationship, you need to be an amazing person. If you want to be somebody that is with somebody that is loving and caring and, is all that you want them to be, you've got to be that, regardless of what's in front of you, because your subconscious mind and the divine mind does not know what's going on out there. It just is a feedback machine, right? So if it is just hearing and experiencing, the universe is just hearing you be in frustration. It's hearing you be pissed off. It's feeling the vibration of you being in discord and being in sadness and being in all that. All it's going to do is reflect back more of that. So when it gets into and it hears you in peace and in love and in expression and in sensuality and in joy and in all that, it has to reflect back. And in everything that you are, in your embodiment and who you are in your presence, who you come into every single relationship, who people see you as, and as they hold you, because they're co-creating you. As people see you as this, they're going to hold you as that in their own consciousness. And that is what is informing universal law as well. So today, as you go through this day, I invite you to think about what it is that you truly want to have reflected back to you. Do you want money and prosperity and value reflected back to you? Do you want energy and high vibe and amazingness to reflect back to you? Do you want love and caring and all the good parts of life that you desire to experience? Then you've got to embody that. And in that, remember, you can't judge any of the things, because that the moment that you judge is the moment that you're experiencing all those things. So you've got to release it, forgive yourself, forgive the other person, send love to your exes, send love to that person that did you wrong, send love to that partner that took money from you. Send love and forgive them and recognize that it was all for your growth. It was all for your awakening. It was all for your spiritual awakening. Every last drop of it. You created it. You created it. You brought those people into your life. You were that magnet of that essence of what you believed at a soul level. It's time to do your inner work. It's time to release that anger, release those expectations, release that animosity, release and forgive yourself and forgive others, so that you can step fully into being that which you want to receive back in the boomerang of life. And so today, as we take a deep breath in through the nose and exhaling out, I recognize right here, right now, the power that be, the power of you, the power divine, the true essence of who you are, the I am factor. God, divine, whatever you want to call it. I recognize right here, right now, you are the creator. You are the creator, and each and every breath that you take, every thought that you think, every belief that you have, every emotion, every circumstances of your life is here and designed for your awakening. And so I recognize the universe is the greatest teacher, because it's you, your higher self. You are the universe. And I recognize that you are the boomerang to recognize and receive back and have you understand how you are creating upon universal law in your consciousness right here, right now. That's how powerful you are. And so I know today the choice of healing, the choice of prosperity, the choice of high energy, the choice of love expressing expressing exponentially your joy, your love, your gifts, your expression, your voice, your everything. The universe hears it. I hear it. We all hear it. And we say yes. We say yes to all of you. Express as you fully in your light and in your love and in your joy and in your fullness. I say yes, and together we say, and so it is. Okay, you guys, have a beautiful day, and may you live your truth. So universal law of reciprocity, this is 14 to 52. You can go back and see the other ones. If this is down the line, you can go ahead and see the future ones. There's also some coaching things on here and some interviews, very few interviews. I teach generally 11 to 22 minutes on the podcasts. We're trying to roll them out Wednesdays and Sundays for you guys so you can get your truth, get your mind right. It's so important every single day, every single way. You guys, get your mind right. It's the number one thing you need to do every day so you can have miracles and manifest every last drop of you. Have a beautiful day, and may you live your truth. Thank you for tuning in to Soulciety and Dr. Aaron podcast. If you've had a calling to be a spiritual leader or coach, you can go to soulciety.com and check out our free training. If you've received value here, I would love it if you take a moment and give a 5-star review. In exchange, I have a ton of free gifts for you. Grab your free Awakening book, 40 guided meditations, and digital manifesting masterclass. I also have a free money meditation and worksheet for you so you can begin to break through your scarcity mindset and claim your birthright of prosperity. You can get all of your gifts and learn about our upcoming transformational events in my bio link in both Instagram and Facebook. That's under draaron.tv, which is DRERIN.tv. Also, I'd love to invite you into our free private community on Facebook under groups called Soulciety. That is facebook.com/groups/Soulciety. That's SOULCIETE. Have a divine day, and may you live your truth.